Welcome back to the channel. So tonight we've come out to these old mines known as the Pretoria pit disaster, where over 300 people died, and there's been multiple reports of paranormal activity from dog walkers, joggers, people who've been camping out here overnight. They've all witnessed strange stuff happening out here in these woods, so we've got to do an investigation to see what we can capture out here. So I am joined with Morris Paranormal. He's been up here before, he knows a lot of history on the place, he grew up around there, so he's going to show me around. And if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, turn on post notifications, and don't forget to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get at least another 1,000 likes within 24 hours. And if you haven't already, head over, check out my Facebook and Instagram. All the links are just down below in the description, as well as Morris Paranormal. I'll leave his link down there. But yeah, I can't wait to get into this place, see what sort of activity we can pick up on here tonight. So this is one of the shafts.
Yeah.
Mate, imagine if you could get into that. How deep would you say that was?
They reckon they were about 300 foot deep.
How many people died there? It was like 300 people, weren't there?
320 something, yeah.
320 odd people. And all the bodies are down this shaft.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
There was a woman who let her kids and her son, so it was her sons and her grandkids. They all came to work one day and then never returned. She lost a whole generation of family.
It's mad,
She had nothing left, yeah. Crazy.
It's upsetting that though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Imagine losing your entire family.
But coming up here, like, you just feel the energy.
Yeah.
Like, it does feel really weird, doesn't it?
Well, you've witnessed a lot up here. Even in your childhood, you witnessed stuff up here, didn't you?
There's a guy who haunts the lake. He's an old bailiff. He used to be an old trout bailiff, because he used to be a trout fishery. And we were fishing one night, and we shouldn't have been, it was pretty late. And we saw him, literally saw him. He spoke to us and then disappeared. And there's a lady up here, a white lady. We've seen her. We've seen her down at the bottom near the lake. And then we've seen miners on this path, this exact path where we are right now. We've seen miners. I was pedalling my bike through when I was a kid and saw a miner on the right-hand side here, just looking at me. And as I looked at him, he like looked at me, and I started pedaling fast, looked again, he was gone. And I shot down that big hill that I showed you at the beginning.
Yeah.
There's loads of stuff here. There's people have seen, police officers as well. If you look on the internet, police officers have seen driving past in the 90s, arms and legs scattered in the trees, smell of burning flesh. They've seen fires and everything, and then they've jumped out the car to see if anybody needed help. They all disappeared, all gone. Like it was just gone, disappeared.
Mate, imagine us capturing something like that here tonight.
Oh yeah. You do see shadows, a lot of shadows here.
Yo.
Yeah, you will. You will round here.
Mate.
You get a lot of shadows. It's well known for people running past and doing things.
I was just saying, like dog walkers that come through, they witness a lot of stuff. Joggers, and just people who camp out here as well at night. But talking about camping, what's the one thing we have to watch out for here? People in the huts.
Oh yeah, there's good
what you were telling me about. So we have to keep an eye out for them as well, don't we?
Because obviously this is not far from where I live. A few friends come up here with the dogs and said that there is a couple of guys who live in some cabins up here. What's that? It's like somebody running through these bushes here. You can't literally run through there.
Mate, it's so dense. And if you look at Jay's boots. We've had to walk through so much mud to get up here. But yeah, so we have to look out for people camping out
Yeah.
Well, staying out here, aren't they? Not just camping. So there's actually people who are actually staying out here, and they've actually built DIY huts, haven't they? DIY huts.
Yeah.
So they're out in the forest somewhere. We don't even know where,
No,
so we have to be careful.
Right at the other side of this bit here, with
But
the other shelter.
when we first got up here, and you were just showing me little bits of it,
Yeah.
that guy walking through, look how dark it is.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
And he was just walking through with his dog without a light.
Yeah, I know.
Mate, I need a torch just to walk 10 yards,
seriously?
just there.
Oh, if I turn the torch off 1 second.
Well, honestly, I've already showed, look at this, right? So he was walking up this path, and even there, it's dark. I turned this torch off, this light off, look at that.
It's pitch black.
And he was walking through this without a torch. How the hell did he actually manage to do that?
I've no idea. Because it's right next to water's edge. So there's like a water's edge as well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a little
It's just
pond
back
here.
over there, isn't it?
Because that's where they would have got the water from for the... Obviously for all these mills
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, that's the...
So this would be a good spot to do a bit of an investigation.
Yeah, for sure.
But I thought somebody was stood up the top up there. Flash your torch just here. Yeah, there. Let me zoom in. It could have been the tree line.
Do you know there was big, massive wild cats up here? Panthers.
Now you tell me.
Yeah, big panthers. Like, well,
Now you tell me there's panthers.
when I grew up here, when I originally grew up, when I've grown up here, there was one family of deer, and there was only 3 of them, or 2 of them. And now there must be 30 of them.
Yeah.
I used to come up here when I was a kid.
So we've got to look out for deer, got to look out for panthers, got to look out for homeless and paranormal all at the same time out here tonight.
It's going to be an active
Well,
night.
it's going to be an interesting night.
Our brain's going to be like, woo, 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 all over.
Telling me about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean about seeing things in trees. It's like a black shadow.
Honestly, it does. I just thought I'd seen something in the tree. It could have been a bird flying through, or it could have been anything, or it could have just been the way the trees were, moving back and forth.
That's what they said though. A lot of shadows all the time. Can you hear it? Footsteps.
I heard the brambles snapping.
Mate, that's another thing. When you stand about, you can hear people running about you, but the only thing is the forest is so dense that they can't physically run through.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like animals. It's too big.
Yeah.
Too big.
So this is part of the lake. We've got the old pits just over this side. And just look how creepy this looks. Look at that. And that's another way up to the pits there. You can see the old steps there. The old steps there. It is so dark out here, mate.
I know.
It's a weird feeling to it. I don't know if it's because I'm expecting to see some homeless people up here or...
I think they're down at the bottom. We should be alright. We'll have a walk round though and then
Yeah.
see if we can find the devil's chair.
Oh yeah, there's the devil's chair as well, isn't there?
Look at your torch, something like good that is.
Honestly.
No matter how, I'm just saying, don't
These
matter
are the best torches ever.
how bright your torch is, you struggle in here. Well, that one, doing really well.
Mate, I didn't see nothing. Because I was looking down at this road, this path. Oh, what did you think you seen?
I thought I saw a person stood there, and then just like, in like a red or burgundy like clothing.
Hello?
We were just here where that pub
Oh
lived.
mate, I best not do that because we might get the homeless shouting back to us. You don't know, do you?
No. Right here now, just thought I saw somebody, some like shadow just went past, like a red or burgundy clothing.
Mate, my camera keeps trying to track something to the right hand side here. In the road. It only tracks like now it's tracking your face.
What's that?
But it's tracking something on the right here.
The devil's chair. Shaft, but everybody used to sit in it and do rituals. You
Yeah.
can try and find that if you want.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, people used to do rituals on it. But there's a pond down here. So when we was kids, and people like dogs that had puppies,
Yeah.
we would put them in bin bags and
No
chuck them
way.
in this pond up here. And my granddad used to find them, and other people used to find them, like Jack Russells, because everybody had Jack Russell and estates.
Yeah, yeah. Spooked.
What was that then?
I don't know. There's someone here. Can you knock on a tree for us?
Yeah, my granddad used to find them all the time with dogs. Some of them is obviously that been there ages, but it's like even like with the miners dying and other things, there's just more deaths. Even like energies from animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything.
Somebody's been cutting the tree with a knife here. Look at that. It's very weird.
I feel like you're being followed.
You do.
Remember
There's
Jeepers
someone there?
Remember Jeepers Creepers?
Oh, mate, yes.
That'd be freaky.
Imagine that. Imagine just seeing him here now.
When he does that to that bus window, he licks it.
Oh,
Oh, it's freaky. And then there's that guy stood there and he goes, and he moves, and he sees him at the end and he goes, sniffs up.
mate, the thing is, yeah, we've got no bus to hide in.
Oh shit, we ain't got nothing here. We ain't got nothing. People back in the day have been attacked up here, everything. There's been a lot of attacks.
Yeah, you were
up here.
saying that earlier, weren't you?
Yeah, people get, because it's in the middle of nowhere, man. You're not going to get seen till first thing in the morning. People have actually lied on these paths here, dying, and nobody's found them till the day after. Dog walkers have found them dead, or whatever. There's been loads up here.
What?
It's great. Oh, fucking hell.
The hell?
That terrified me, that was a big owl. Terrified me, that then.
Just as we're talking about that.
But these woods have actually been classed as one of the most haunted woods in the UK.
What, on this road there?
Yeah, the Black-Eyed Children. So at the bottom here, there's a main road at the back of the woods, and it runs all the way up to West Orton. Now, that road is supposed to be the most haunted road in Britain. They've seen miners, they've seen horse and cart, they've heard explosions, they've seen like 200 miners walking up the actual road. People have stopped like the cars behind them and gone, oh yeah, what's all these lot doing here? And disappeared. There was a girl and a horse who got killed. She was going up there on a horse, and then next thing, the car come around the corner, killed her and a horse. She's been seen. It's like the land holds that much energy. It's that they've got the energy to show themselves a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's loads of energy
Well,
here.
what we'll do soon then, we'll pull some equipment out.
Yeah.
We'll just see what we can get on them.
Yeah, we'll go on the shafts and get the rim pods
Mate,
out and stuff.
honestly, it's just standing there, you're feeling like there's people in the woods watching what you're doing.
Hills of Eyes? Why do I say this shit?
It's not only me saying all this stuff.
It's because of you though. That's why I've got it in my head. There you go, they're monkey puzzle trees, see the entrance.
Yeah.
So if you go in.
Should we go and have a look?
Yeah, you go in. And then you look up, you're in canopies. So we used to sit.
Oh, yeah?
They used to be a lot shorter than these, but we used to sit in them like them at the back, and just play as kids like. Hello? You hear that then? That was on the path, that then.
There's someone here.
It's like the whole rucks. That's what they call it, the rucks, the floods.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many different spirits been seen, not just miners, the bailiff and the white lady, because she used to own the house on around the back before they knocked it down recently. It was abandoned.
All right.
And the guy used to own it, Lord Hulton. before him, there was a guy and he was an archer. So he had the big house and he had a horse and he'd jump on the horse. And he was a rich guy as well, so he didn't have to fight wars and stuff. But he did. He jumped on his horse and he used to kill people with a bow and arrow. Mad. But yeah,
Up here?
Yeah, I read this. So the house that's on the road up the top that's been knocked down. Remember you sending me a bit on a pin. That one, it was owned by Lord Hulton, who owned all this land. He literally owned everything.
No way.
And then the mines came in years after, and then Peel Holding started to buy the land and build houses, but they can't do anything on this land. This is why it's got so much energy here.
Mate,
it's untouched.
The hell is that? We'll come out night vision for a minute. Look at that. Turn that torch off for a sec. Mate, people are up here with knives and stuff, aren't they? They're doing stuff up here.
Savages.
Honestly.
Hills of Eyes.
It gives you the vibes of Hills of Eyes.
Definitely does. This is if I didn't know where I was right now, I would be very, very terrified.
Yeah.
But
You watching what we're doing? There's someone here. It feels like you shouldn't be here, you know.
yeah, because you're not supposed to be here. They don't like you here. Seriously.
Yeah.
People have said it. Like they've said they've seen pictures and videos, and they've been up here walking. The dogs have been chased by spirits, and they don't want you up here.
So they hold the land sacred for something, don't they? Well, a lot of people passed away here, didn't they? So there's a final resting place for over 300 people, plus people who've been killed up here.
More than 500 people so far. If you look at the history of this place, over years, around about 500 more have died up here.
Try to stay silent to hear. Do an investigation down at the shafts and on the main road bit here.
Let's get on the path before we get lost.
On the path, yeah. Don't be getting lost, do we?
Oh, you'll never get out of here. You take your ages to get out of here. You get lost in here, you're lost.
Mate, it's pitch black. Even with night vision running at times in here, it's so hard to see more than 15 yards in front of you. Yeah, so look how easy it would be to get lost here. It just all looks the same.
Terrifying place, it really is.
Right, so we're on the path where it's been known for like shadow figures, and we've just been reading up on a bit of the history, and people have witnessed, and it's all online, so it's all documented as well, innit?
Yeah.
Eyes in the tree line.
Yeah. So you see eyes in the tree lines, that's one of the things that you do see. Shadow figures. There was 850 men went to work that day, 344 of them didn't come home.
Mad that. But they were, like the miners as well, they were witnessing a lot of paranormal activity as well, weren't they?
So these shafts are 300 foot deep, right? And when the miners was in there, this was 100 years ago, so they was experiencing paranormal activity from chanting, voices, horse footsteps running down these mines. So the land is old.
Yeah.
Crows, used to see crows, which was a sign of death. We saw crows before.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah. Loads, mate. Honestly, it's so haunted, and this dates back hundreds and hundreds of years that these paranormal activity has been going on for.
If there is someone here, you want to step forward, come and speak to us?
If there's any miners or any spirits that still haunt this woods, can you come forward for us?
You want to come and stand next to me? Okay, hey,
Yeah.
go in. Can you do that again? Come and stand with us. That's odd that it flashed out here.
There was 344 men that died here. Is there any one of yous left that wants to talk?
I'm just looking at the tree line because I feel like something's watching us there.
I feel like someone's got one past you. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like I'm on my own now. I mean, I'm not on my own right now with you, but I mean... With you, but I mean... It's mad.
What was that?
Yeah, I heard it go...
Right. Before we carry on, is the sheep out here?
No.
Cows?
No.
What the...
That forest is so deep, there's no cows or sheep or anything in that. I heard it go...
Mate, that was loud. I'm just hoping the cameras picked it up.
If that was you then that made that noise, can you do it again for me? I'm just expecting to see shadows just running past.
Well, there's been a lot of reports of that as well, hasn't there?
If there's any spirits that are still here on this path, we've heard you've been seen on this path quite a lot of times. We have a black device on the floor. If you could touch that for us, it'd make a beeping noise.
That was the weirdest noise I've ever heard, though.
It was a
That.
mad noise. It didn't sound like...
It almost sounded like a cow.
It did.
It's so dead. Mate, it looks like it's going foggy, you know.
Has been known for thick, crazy fog. They can't explain it. Like the whole woods will get foggy, but the roads aren't foggy. Like this whole woods has just this mad fog that comes up. That's mad how you mentioned that.
It's mad, that. Right, that's a car going past. Sounds like a bleeding Formula 1 car going past.
Changed his gears. Coming down North Road, another haunted road.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're doing because it's like a windy road.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going round it, yeah.
Can you come and show yourself to us? Show us that you're here. You're in the woods. You're watching what we're doing. Are you intrigued? Something's just been stood there.
Yeah, they're fresh.
They are so fresh, them. Why would you stand like that there?
Facing that way.
Yeah, they're facing over there, aren't they? What the hell?
That's weird. Look at it now. It's together like that. And there's no others.
No, there's not. Let's have a look. There's no other foot. What? How's that possible?
I don't know, because there's literally, if I stand here now, I'm leaving a footprint. So where have they gone? Where have they
They
gone?
are so fresh as well.
Where have they gone? Do you know what I mean? That's mad. Where have they gone?
They've not been stood looking at us, or even to say it was whilst we've been here.
Yeah, just stood there. They're literally two footprints
Looking.
right side of each other. That way.
Down there. Well, they're sort of like at the crossroads, aren't they? So they could be looking down that way. They could be down
Crossroads.
looking that way.
Crossroads. Do you know me tell you another thing as well, what I found out about this place?
Go on.
It's on ley lines.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Wow. Mate, that's got to be somebody. Mate, that's got to be somebody. I've just heard them.
Did you hear them?
Yeah.
Hello?
I literally just heard them. You couldn't mistake it, mate. It was here. It was right next to us.
Yeah. But whoever's been stood there is literally had an eye on that way and been able to look down there as well.
Right, so if I stand here,
Right, stand in it.
I've left a print.
Yeah.
They've been stood there. I've left one there. They've been stood there, and there's no other prints about anywhere. So where have they disappeared to? They look like they shot up in air. Where have they?
Oh, imagine.
Where would they've gone?
We've been took by aliens.
Hey, that'll be good to talk about in the podcast.
It would be, wouldn't it? That sounds like metal, like ding. I don't know if this camera will pick it up. Right, let's follow that way. Let's go down this way.
Honestly, I'm a bit confused because there's no other fucking footprint. Whoa, look, I've studied one there now. I'm making these, so where's they gone? Right there.
Somebody had a taser.
Aye mate, listen, this is well known as well, this place, for people killing themselves and hanging themselves up here. Yeah, seriously. Because like I said, nobody finds you up here because you don't come. You don't come up here. So you can go back through that way.
Yeah.
Cut through.
Look at that.
Oh, there's another bit down there.
Looks like a bit of a taser, that though, doesn't it? It's a bit of an odd place to have a taser. I'm trying to think, as a kid, you'd have it with a bit of like a slope, wouldn't you? It's been cut perfect though.
That's what I mean. It looks like somebody's tried to do something to themselves and somebody's put them down.
That's a perfect cut.
They found so many people up here hung. It's crazy.
Honestly, I just feel like I've been watched out here. Do you hear something?
I heard the footsteps.
We've read reports that people see eyes in the tree line. Can you show us the eyes? Show us that you exist, that you're here with us.
Everywhere you look though looks like people because the trees are bent in weird ways. It actually looks like people.
It's hard to
distinguish in it until you put your torch on it.
So we're literally just carrying on walking through these woods now. Yeah, it's just a weird feeling to it. It's a really weird feeling to it. Being here, you understand what people are on about when they say they feel like they're being watched. It's just a very, very odd feeling to it. That's Jay's light just over there. Like somebody's been shooting that can. Looks like it's got bullet holes in it. What's this, a shaft?
Yeah, this is another part. So, and I think the devil's chair is that way, but like all this path like leads onto it all. It's all part of it. Like they used to just basically sit on a chair. No, it wasn't a chair. It was like a little ramp.
Yeah.
They used to sit in it and do rituals and stuff like that. And so many people have said, like after they'd done rituals, that they'd actually seen things and things had happened and they left because they were petrified.
I just like to say how I feel, but it's just, the further in you come, the more you feel like you shouldn't.
Yeah, the deeper you go, it feels like
they're
trapping you. Yeah, I've been so lost so many times in here as a kid. I panicked, and I really have panicked because I didn't know how to get home.
Yeah.
And when you get further that way, there's no paths like this. These paths lead to where you want to be going. Once you get off these paths, you're done. You're not getting out until it comes daylight, because you won't find your way out of here. No chance.
But you can just stood here now, just like take a look around. You as a kid, you wouldn't have a torch. Right? So here, imagine riding through this, like this. Complete darkness. And even with the night vision, you're barely seeing the trees just over there.
It's hard, isn't it? I just constantly feel like something's going to jump out at me.
Me, I don't get a really good, I've not got a good feeling of this place.
I constantly keep thinking I can see like a grey, shadowy mist.
You're out of focus as well.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mate, you are literally out, there we go, you're back in.
Even online, it says the shafts are really, really haunted.
Yeah.
and obviously we're having reports.
Even with the miners being there, it was haunted.
Before the miners have,
Even before the
exactly.
miners?
So,
Right, so we're just going to play the spirit talker whilst we're walking back and just see what we can pick up, if anything at all.
get some miners. Anything to do with mine disaster or anything like that would be brilliant. Right, let's go.
Is there any old miners out here that'd like to come and speak to us? Mate, I literally thought somebody was stood there then, but it's just a tree branch.
Yeah, no, it's your eyes.
Just there.
See it? Yeah. Are there any old miners that would like to communicate with us?
Do you keep hearing that, like something knocking against the branch? It could be another branch, to be fair, but it just sounds odd.
It's everywhere we go. Like the same noise.
Badly.
Badly.
Badly. Was you one of the 344 miners that got killed in this terrible disaster?
Actually, I can hear that. It does sound like people, doesn't it?
It sounds like it's right in front of us. Is that you stood in front of us? Can you come a little bit closer for us, please?
Child.
Child?
Yeah, there were boys and men that died.
Yeah. There is a child here. I've just put something down on this wall. It's got some lights on it. Want to come and sit next to it? Feel free, it won't hurt
Sickness took me.
Sickness took me. Did you die out here? I'm getting bad shivers.
Getting it up my neck.
We're listening.
We're listening.
Can you come closer to us then, so we can talk to you? So you're not listening to us, we can actually talk to you.
Why are you still here?
What was that? A whistle?
That's a whistle. Can you tell me your name? I'll introduce myself. I'm Moxley.
I'm Jay.
Just here to speak to you. To see why you're still out here.
Nose ring.
Nose ring.
Nose ring.
That's a new word. Do you want to come and sit with us?
Would you like to come and play with any of these toys that we've got with the lights on? That would show us that you are about, that you're here with us.
Do you want to come and play with this device?
Mason.
Mason. Is that your name, Mason?
People took the names back in the day of the job that they did.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking then.
Like a
Mason.
masonry or something. Stonemason. There is a glove on the wall at the side of me right here. Can you tell me what colour that glove is?
Table.
Table.
Not far off, it's brick. Not far off. Could you tell us what colour that glove is? If you can see it. Small.
Hey, I was thinking this because I was looking over there before, but I think it's those cut tree stumps.
It looks like people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But then again, Mox, when you look away, like my eyes are looking over there. When I look over there, I go like that. It's like this, like little grey figures of people. Just.
It's like you're being watched, but it is like you're being watched.
It's very weird. It's very freaky up here, especially in the middle of these woods.
Yeah. There it is again. There it is again. Right, so we're just walking back towards the mine shafts. And we heard this weird, it sounded like a scream, then we've heard it again. I just hit record, and I should have just caught it then. It was the weirdest noise ever. It was definitely a scream. I haven't got a clue what that is, mate.
That's like somebody going, like, I'm going to do the impressions right now.
Go on. wait. How does it go, Jay?
Right, I'm going to do the impression for you of what that noise sounded like.
Go on.
He did. I can't explain it. We've just come from that area where it's now making noises.
That was the oddest noise I've ever heard.
It was weird.
There was no bird, that was no animal that I've ever heard.
Yeah, obviously.
And I think Jay's got us lost because this isn't the same path, is it?
Right, no.
It's a different path, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll go this way. No, I know. I kind of know where I'm going. Kinda.
That's reassuring, mate.
No,
I kind of know where we're going.
It's fucking hard work in the dark, isn't it? So we came up one of them, didn't we? Not that one. Oh, it was that one? Or was the next one?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, it was the next one.
I've put all my trust in you, mate, here tonight.
Fucking won't trust me, mate.
Huh, now you tell me.
Not right now. I've not had any carrots this morning. Just have to be. Yeah, so
It all looks the same to me.
well, it's called the ruts. That's what I'm saying. When you run away from here, when you see things and run away, you get lost.
Yeah.
And then they play on you even more.
Oh, yeah, this looks like, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Right.
That's how we got up.
This is where we had to walk
Wow.
up.
That's crazy, isn't it?
All the way up for that. So shine the torch down there, mate.
Not doing too well, torch.
Hold this one. Right. Hold that down there, and I'll show you. That is one steep slope.
Oh, it's massive.
We've got to go back down it as well.
We'll try and find another way around. Try and find another way.
I'm just a bit
there's a
curious about that noise.
It was weird, wasn't it? I've never heard a noise like that in my life up here, and I've been up here thousands of times, never heard that noise in my life. And I kind of know what birds sound like as well, and it didn't sound like a bird.
No, it didn't sound like no
It
bird.
was a weird noise, it was like... Right, listen, I'm going to say it again. It's like when you're walking through woods and you hear nothing, and then you know there's hills of eyes people, and then just as you're leaving they make noises and then come get you. That's what it was like they was enticing us back.
Yeah, well, we're not going back.
Not that way. Not that way. But if we go down here now, you get back at the shaft now. This woods is massive, so you'll never clear it all in a day. Like.
No. Well, I think we need to do a camp out over there.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But
Because people who've camped out here... What was that?
I know, I went straight on it then.
No, I was just looking at your impression, like, you seen something?
Like rustling. And I looked for something, run past, and there's nothing there. This is where I saw the guy.
Well, what gets me, people are out here in groups, yeah? They've built homemade bleeding huts and stuff, like DIY huts.
Yeah.
They must be witnessing stuff out here.
Well, they said they were building DIY huts, but we haven't seen anyone.
No, we haven't, have we?
So I'm not too sure that they are, to be honest, because I wouldn't. Not up here. The night's terrifying. So when I was coming down here on my push bike when I was a kid, I was literally coming from the pond, and you can go, see this tree here?
Oh yeah.
You can go round the tree, right? There, because you don't go through the puddle.
Right,
I
yeah.
went round the tree there, came here, and he was stood there at the tree. Literally stood.
What,
like,
some guy stood there?
Stood there right there. It was a miner. I saw him. He was stood right there at one of these trees here. Obviously it was years ago.
Yeah.
And he just stood there, right? And then I was pedaling down here and I saw him. I went, oh! And he just didn't look like him this time. And then he just like looked at me, and then he just followed me like that, going down the path. And then I looked at him and he disappeared. And I knew straight away when I got back. I told my granddad. I said, Granddad. He said, what are you doing up there at that time? But my uncle was fishing with his friends on this pond here. And he told me, he said at 10 o'clock, he went, listen, you're going to have to go home, your nan's going to kick off. So,
Yeah.
as you do when you're like 12.
Yeah.
I went and saw him.
Wait, that'd have been a scary moment,
I
that.
saw the white lady on here, on the lake. And I've seen the bailiff on here as well. And I've got clarification, I've got like 4 other guys who was with me. 2 other guys who was with me and then a girl. We all saw it at the same time.
No way.
And then he spoke to us, the bailiff.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story, that he spoke to
He
you.
had fish hanging from his neck, and you can't, where I was, it was like 25-foot high banking. So we was right down it, and then all of a sudden it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, we saw this like mist on the lake, and then it went across the lake, and then it looked like a woman in a dress, and then it like just turned into mist, and then within like say 10 minutes, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I heard, "I eat those, me." And I span round, mate, like I looked up on the banking, and I could just see a silhouette of a person and something hanging from his neck. And then I said to I went, "Eat what?" And he went, "Those fish." And I could never get it out my head. And then I told my granddad years later, and he went, "That was the bailiff." He said that used to be a trout fishery, and what he used to do was go round and said to people, "Give us a couple of them trout, lad, eat those, me." And he used to have a hut at the bottom, and take them back to his hut and eat them.
There's any miners here? You want to come and set this device off again for us?
I think this is shaft number 3. Could be wrong.
So right below us here is where 300 and odd bodies. This is like the grave, isn't it? This is the grave.
This is exactly it. So when we was kids,
There we go.
Yeah, we used to sit here, and my granddad would tell us stories and stuff like that. And mate, it was unreal. 344 men died here. This is like a 300-foot shaft.
300 and they never recovered the bodies either, did they?
No, they left them.
All the bodies are down
they're
there.
all still here. Yeah, every single one of them still here.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Up to the red.
Yeah.
Can you set the other device off that's on top of this shaft?
If there's any miners that are still here, that still reside here, and you passed away in this shaft.
There we go.
Yeah. We haven't come to cause any problems or... Let's go in again. We haven't come to cause you any harm or any problems or
Switch to night vision for a minute.
any disrespect whatsoever.
You've got to go.
You've got to go.
Yeah, see, they don't...
What happened to me?
See,
What?
they don't know, mate, honestly, because it happened so fast.
I can't find my way.
What the hell?
Mate, seriously, it's crazy.
I can't even focus.
I was hung.
I was hung.
We saw a rope before.
I can't even focus on it. Were you one of the miners? This is going mad.
I know. Can you tell us what happened here? What kind of disaster it was? Wow, look at the size of that beetle.
Analysed.
Analysed. Can you tell us who we're speaking to? If you were one of the miners, can you step away from this device?
Straight away. Oh.
Ghostly choir echoes.
What?
I've never heard that.
Past.
Somebody running past. I just heard somebody run past. There's a lot
If
of
you
them.
are one of the miners, we just want to say that there was a disaster.
Forest.
Forest.
Yeah, we're here. We're in the forest, yeah.
There was a disaster here. And you all died down in the shaft.
You can hear it.
Can you tell us who we're speaking with? I'll tell you my name. My name's Moxley.
My name's Jay.
And we've just come out here tonight to see if there's any...
Messy.
What?
Messer.
Massa?
Bet they're referring to when it blew up because the police officers said they saw arms and legs and he said it was a messy disaster. Do you remember?
Buzzing.
Buzzing.
Might be the lights. Buzzing the lights. Do you remember passing away here?
Footstep.
The fuck was that? Then it went.
I don't know, but I heard it.
Yeah, I thought it said.
It was like here.
I thought it actually said. We are here to try and help. To try and talk to you. If you're lonely, we can talk to you.
Suspect.
Suspect.
All these beetles here.
Can you tell us what happened? The last moments down in the shaft.
Reflections deceive.
Reflections
Deceive.
Do you remember coming to work in the morning? Remember travelling up here, going to work? to walk up this path. It's going mad, that K2.
It is.
People have seen you on the path. They've actually seen you. I've been one of them. I've seen you. It was usually, I seen them a lot.
Are you confused?
When the moon was out.
Mm.
Yeah, the moon was reflecting on them.
Invoke.
Invoke. Do I leave that device alone? If you step away, walk away from us, and go set off the other device further away.
Do you hear that then?
Yeah. It stopped.
Yeah. Weird that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have another device right in the middle of the shaft with a silver antenna on it. It's exactly the same as this one, but it makes a beeping noise instead of the lights. It's to prove to
It's
us
like
that
there's a lot of energy here. There's loads of energy here.
like the shaft's just raising with energy. But just here alone, there's 344 men right underneath us, sat underneath us now where we are. And they couldn't get them out because they were so deep.
Yeah.
And the shafts were so like just destroyed that.
Smith.
Smith.
My nana's a Smith.
My surname's Smith.
Up here, yeah, up this area, there's a lot of Smiths. A lot of Smiths was in the mines. If you check the name Smiths, see, if you check,
I am death.
I am death.
if you check the names, Smiths was a lot of them that passed away. You know.
I just can't believe how well this K2 is going. As I say that, it stops.
Can you use your voice and shout at us, or say something to us, please? You hear that again?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like somebody's stood watching what we're doing. Just over there.
Okay, too.
Can you show yourself to us? Can you manifest yourself?
Beware.
Beware. This is like the most active place I've ever been. Just here.
Like I said, mate, the energy around here, like my granddad and his friends have told me stories up here that they've, because my granddad used to walk his dogs up here as a kid, and he used to always like, they didn't have loads of TV back then, so
Yeah.
my granddad used to be always in bushes looking for bird eggs,
Yeah.
and then he'd walk back a couple of weeks later and open it again, the bush, to see if they'd hatched, and then show me, you know, as a kid.
Yeah.
We used to come up here a lot, and yeah, there's been a lot of deaths up here, not just the miners, but people hanging themselves.
Would you like us to leave you alone? K2 stopped. It's going again. Mate, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Mate, please tell me.
I still can. I still can. I still can. I still can. What the fuck is that? Is that somebody? Hello?
Chair.
Chair.
Devil's chair. Mate, I don't know why. As soon as he's working.
Next.
Next. Devil's chair.
Mate,
Next.
they used to sit on it and do seances. Seriously. They used to take turns sitting on it and doing seances. My eyes are watering now.
That's interesting.
My eyes start watering.
Cemetery.
Cemetery. This would be classed as a cemetery, wouldn't it?
Oh, mate, there's probably more bodies under here than a normal cemetery.
Yeah. Do you know it'd be good? I know there's no way of doing it, but getting down into the mines, that would be... But would it be disrespectful, actually? That was metal.
It's fucking loud. What time is it? About 12 o'clock?
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the mornings.
Just going on one. loud.
It was. Is this your time when you start to come out now?
I make noises.
I make noises.
We can hear you.
Can hear you.
Fact.
Fact. Could you rackle a bush or bang against a tree for us again?
I don't know if that was my eye, but I'm not too sure if I just seen something to my left. Like a shadow, I'm not too sure.
No, I get
If it was just the trick of the eye.
Miller.
Miller.
Smith, Miller.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
I'll have a look at the, they've got a memorial for the pits. So I'll have a look at that. What I'll do is I'll take a picture. That's a good thing, that, guys, actually. I'll take a picture and I'll put the picture of the names in, 344 names.
Yeah.
If we get any like Miller or Smith or anything like that, we can, well, that way together, then we can pick it up together then, can't we?
Can you give us some of your first names?
You are very kind.
Thank you.
What is your first name? Looking for Miller or Smith? Can you tell us your first names? We're Jay. I'm Jay. This is Moxley.
We need to have more time here.
Need a
Come out for the full night.
Andrea.
Andrea.
Andrea Smith or Andrea Miller?
Andrea, if you can see the black device with the silver antenna, can you use all your energy? Oh, you heard that?
Like a whistle.
Can you set it off for us?
What is that?
Whistling.
Who's
Alice.
Alice.
Who was whistling before, wasn't it?
It's getting closer and closer, that, mate.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
It's getting closer.
Who would just be fucking whistling up here at one?
I don't know. The bailiff.
The bailiff, mate. Could walk around just doing his thing, like.
You don't know, do you?
No.
But why would the bailiff be out at this time?
Just spirits have
Night fishers. Night
Just spirits
fishermen.
have a sense of time, though. What the fuck is that? Mate, that's gotta be.
People. I don't know.
Not up here, mate. We're sat in the pit. We're sat in the shaft in the middle of the forest on our own.
Just watching on night vision to see if we can see any movement in those trees. Right, so we're going to end it there. Let us know what you thought of it in the comments section. The end part of this video was just next level. I've never seen the Spirit Talker going as active as it did right at the end. Heard a couple of weird noises, unexplainable noises as well. Would you like to see us come back, do other parts of this place? This place is huge. We've only touched a little part of the forest here. So I'd love to go deeper out into the forest. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, turn on post notifications. Head over, check out my Facebook and Instagram. All the links are in the description. But yeah, like I say, it's going on 3 o'clock. It's cold, it's wet, and it's been one hell of a night. Until next Wednesday, I'm out of here.